Good day, everyone, and welcome to One Code Camp's YouTube channel. This is going to be the beginning of a series dedicated to the programming language known as TypeScript. In here, throughout the series, we will be exploring the nuances and the features that TypeScript has to offer. However, before we even get to these nuances, we should first address the what is TypeScript and why should we use TypeScript. And that will be the purpose of today's video. Also, by the end of the video, we will set up our local environments for our computers for us to be prepared for the upcoming videos when we're actually going to be using TypeScript. So I hope you look forward to that. We are now going to be talking about TypeScript. So what is TypeScript and why should you use it? As a quick overview, we will be talking or discussing about first, what is TypeScript? Second, key features of TypeScript, and this should help us understand why should we use TypeScript. 3. TypeScript versus JavaScript. Then we should see later on the correlation of JavaScript to TypeScript. And then lastly, we will set up our computers for when we actually get to use TypeScript. So what is TypeScript? TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript that adds optional static types. So I want to pay attention to the word superset, wherein superset simply means that TypeScript will extend or enhance whatever functionalities JavaScript already has. TypeScript will add on to that. And then it is developed and maintained by Microsoft. So by Microsoft, this was actually released in October 2012, wherein it is designed to enhance the features of JavaScript. Then we have transpiled to JavaScript, and this runs anywhere JavaScript runs. So the keyword transpiled simply means that TypeScript is going to be converted into JavaScript code. And browsers, any browser that has JavaScript, will be able to run TypeScript as well. TypeScript is going to be converted to JavaScript code. Then lastly, this helps prevent runtime errors by catching issues during development. So the keyword in here would be catching issues. TypeScript has multiple features and supporting capabilities to allow you to prevent errors before you even execute your lines of code. So why use TypeScript? Firstly, let's talk about the better developer experience. So these are features such as auto-completing your code, type inference or explicit stating of your variable types, parameters, functions, etc. And IntelliSense. IntelliSense is editor support features for your coding experience. And then we have improved code quality. So in here we have static type checking that catches errors early. In this particular statement, we are simply stating that with TypeScript, you have to clearly define your types of variables, parameters, etc. Unlike JavaScript, you don't have to define them. You don't have to define number, string. For TypeScript, you will have to define them. This is optional, but this is one of the helpful features of TypeScript that will avoid confusion, especially with this last one, which is scalability. It works well in large code bases and teams, and it is related to that improved code quality because in larger code bases, your code will be large and you have to read, review. By increasing the quality of your code, it will be easier to upgrade and even troubleshoot any errors that you may have. Then we have the key features of TypeScript. So we have static typing. As previously, we have to state the types of our variables, parameters, etc. Type inference. TypeScript infers types when not explicitly defined. So TypeScript will understand the types of your variables, functions on its own. And then we have interfaces, define contracts for objects and classes. This is more advanced features of TypeScript. We have the generics. It can work with any data type safely. And lastly, we have ES6 plus support. It supports features like async, await, destructuring, and etc. This is for the JavaScript's ECMAScript update, and TypeScript will support that. It will allow you to incorporate these syntax in TypeScript. And here we have an example code snippet for TypeScript versus JavaScript. On the left side, we have TypeScript. Here we can see that we put in the type for the age variable with number, and then the function parameter of name will have string. So these little bit of tweaks compared to JavaScript on the right, wherein we have not stated the type, we'll be able to translate this into the future when you're working with larger code bases, so that you won't get confused with what the data type of your variables and parameters are. And now, let us go on with setting up our computers for us to be able to use TypeScript. Now, what we're going to do first is we are going to install Node.js. So, go into this website, and we will download Node.js. Now, while we're waiting for this to be downloaded, we will go on to the next one. We want to have an IDE or a text editor for our coding. So we will download Visual Studio Code. Into the first link, and then we will download. In my case, I have Windows, so I'll download it for Windows. Now, while we're waiting for my Visual Studio Code to finish, I will download or install Node. So as we go on to the installation wizard, we just want to click on Next. Accept the terms to agreement. Next. Just keep going next until we see the install button, and then we're going to install it. This will take a bit of a while. This might take a while. Never mind. It's actually finished. Now we can click on finish. And then the next thing we're going to do is install Visual Studio Code. We have user installer. It's not going to be run as administrator. If you would like to install, simply click OK. Accept the agreement. Keep clicking on next until we see the install, then we shall install it. Now this may take a while. So firstly, we've downloaded Node, and now we're downloading Visual Studio Code, our text editor, for where we will actually perform our code. For Node.js, we will only need some commands for it, but you don't have to necessarily know most of Node as a whole. It is almost done. And we are finished. In my case, I won't launch Visual Studio Code. That will be saved for our next couple of videos. And for now, we want to open command prompt. So type in cmd for command prompt. And then we are going to type this command, npm install g Typescript, and this will install Typescript into your computer. Now you can see there is a symbol loading on my side. It will just take a while, and as soon as this is done, we have now installed Typescript into our local machine. Now I look forward to seeing you in the next couple of videos wherein we will try to implement and actually use Typescript.